Well, good morning, everyone. Before I begin, I'd like to introduce a colleague of mine who is here, Mr. John Smith. If you're in the room, please raise your hand. If you're not, we will come and find you. Again, my name is Wayne Perot. I'm the Regional Vice President of Sales for MSC Cruises. We're under a tight timeline before Marketplace actually commences, so I will try and make this as brief as possible. But before I actually begin, I'd like to give you three numbers that I would like for you to write down, which we will actually refer to at the end of the presentation. The first number is 50, 50, and this is not bingo, by the way. The first number is 50, the second number is 65, and the third number is 90, 90. Who is familiar with MSC Cruises? Okay, we have some. There's a lot more work to actually be done, but I could tell you it's not surprising, and we take every opportunity that we can to actually showcase our brand. Just to let you know that MSC Cruises is the fastest growing cruise line in the world. Just to let you know as well that 1 out of every 4 berths that are being built between now and 2026 will belong to MSC Cruises. That's 25% of the inventory of any cruise line that is being built in any shipyard from now until 2026. 25% of that belongs to MSC Cruises. That is truly astonishing. So as far as the fastest growing cruise line, what we will share with you are the ships that we currently have under construction and when those ships are actually going to be delivered. Under the positioning of MSC Cruises, we will speak to you as to exactly who we are, because our brand is not yet well established in North America, but we are the market leader in Europe, South America, South Africa, and we will touch on all of the other destinations that we actually service throughout the world. But you know what? North America only represents 1% of our overall business. So North America is key to our success, and we have set our sights on North America and you, our partners, to spread the word as far as MSC Cruises. We will share with you some of the world-class brands that we actually choose to partner with. We will share with you some of the videos that we actually have available for you that you could leverage in your particular marketplace, and where these videos actually represent no cost to you, and where we can actually personalize those videos with your name, your logo, and your call to action. It's just one tool in our toolbox that we actually have to showcase our brand. We will speak to you about our world-class entertainment. We will speak to you about the design of our vessels, which is truly innovative. We will speak to you about the world-class entertainment. My gosh, there's just so much to talk to you about, and we have some information that is being passed out, including a thumb drive that would have some of our information on it. We will also speak to you about who you should possibly look to take advantage of an MSC cruise, because we're certainly not for everyone, but surely we are for everyone, and we certainly will show what that difference actually is. And then finally, we will introduce easy groups, because we are truly looking at what we could possibly do to enhance the experience for you, to actually just make one call and where we actually will service all. So with now, I'd like to lead in with one of the videos that we actually have, where we are just simply not just any cruise.
This is not just any cruise. This is MSC Cruises, one of the largest cruise lines in the world, where every detail is beyond just ordinary. You won't see just one performance. You'll see a different show every night. And you won't be served just any meal. You'll enjoy freshly prepared international cuisine. Because this is not just any cruise. This is an MSC cruise.
And as I mentioned, this is available to you. There's a form for you to actually fill in, where you can actually send the high resolution of your company's logo, your agency's name, and your call to action, or the group name that you actually would like to promote this to. It is available, there's no cost. The turnaround time is approximately 4 business days. And as I mentioned previously, we are the fastest growing cruise line in the world. We're transitioning from what you see right now, carrying 1.7 million guests, to what would be 5 million guests per year with the additional tonnage that we actually will be launching. And we have 3 different classes of vessels that we will be launching between now and 2026. And that will already sit on top of the 12 vessels that we have in our fleet. The first class of vessel, the Miravilia and Miravilia Plus, we will have a total of 4 ships. And one of those ships actually will be delivered this June, and where your customers, quite frankly, will have the ability to actually embark the vessel either from Genoa, from Marseille, or Barcelona. And that is one of the key differentiators between us and the other North America cruise lines. Because of our market strength internationally, and particularly in Europe, most cruise lines, you have to get to the ship on a given day to commence the voyage, and then you debark the vessel 7 days later. We know exactly where our business is being sourced from internationally. And with Miravilia, Genoa, Barcelona, or Marseille, you have the ability to actually onboard the ship in any of those 3 ports, spend pre and post time where you truly want to spend some pre and post time, and wherever we embark you from, we debark you to 7 days later. And that comes in very handy with air when you're shopping for air to Europe. It comes in very handy when you're looking to burn airline miles because it may not be available, or the quantity that is actually required may be less on one day, one port versus another. So it's a key differentiator between us and the other North American cruise lines. And they're trying so very hard to do what we're doing in Europe, but they're not having much success because they have traditionally sourced their business from North America, and where we have traditionally sourced our business from Europe. The second class of vessel that is actually being introduced is a Seaside class, and this is the one that I'm most excited about, quite frankly, because that vessel, MSC Seaside, will be joining us in North America directly from the shipyard, which is the first time that MSC is actually bringing a ship from the shipyard to North America, and that shows our commitment to stay here in North America and to expand the breadth of our product. She actually arrives in December of this year, and her maiden voyage will be December the 23rd, the Christmas cruise from Miami, and doing a 7-night Caribbean alternating between the East and the West. And that design of that vessel is truly innovative, and you'll see a little bit more on that one. And if that wasn't enough, then we have a 3rd class of vessel that is being launched in 2020, the World Class, and where the ships are steadily getting a little bit larger. And the World Class will actually have 4 vessels actually doing that, and those will be launched between 2022 and 2026. So 12 existing vessels, 11 more babies being delivered to us. You build them, and you know they will come. Or they're better. So as far as positioning MSC Cruises, our brand is not a household brand yet in North America, so we have a lot of work to actually do. Our sales force are very skilled at what they do. They are not brochure carriers. They're business development managers, business development specialists. They're here to understand your business. They're here to understand your needs, your groups, and here to work with you to get that group business aboard MSC Cruises. So the company itself is privately owned, which is a beautiful thing because we're not accountable to shareholders. We are headquartered in Geneva, and we have 45 offices worldwide, one of which is in North America, in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. But we actually have 300 years of seafaring business behind us, and there are 2 sides to our portfolio. We actually have the shipping side of the business, where we're the 2nd largest container carrier in the world, and where we actually have 500 vessels actually doing container work. So on the highways, wherever you live, and you see a container passing by on a truck, or a rig that has the MSC logo, that is the shipping side of the company. Back in 2003, we actually launched the passenger side of the business, and we sit again with 12 ships in our fleet. So we are growing, and again, we are the market leader in Europe, in Latin America, and in South Africa. And we are not just any cruise. We offer truly authentic experiences, multicultural experiences, one-of-a-kind vacations. And if I had to benchmark against another cruise line, and I'm not going to give them lip service, but you may know who they are based on the passenger demographics. Our passenger demographics are mid-40s and up. We do a lot of family, and we do a lot of multi-generational travel. And as far as the destinations that we actually cover, year-round presence in the Mediterranean, both the East and the West Med, seasonally in Northern Europe, seasonally in South Africa, seasonally in South America, seasonally in the United Arab Emirates where we sail from Dubai, seasonally in the Southern Caribbean where we sail from Guadeloupe, and also too we have a product which we choose not to sell to North Americans, which is Cuba, and we actually have 2 vessels in Cuba currently, or I should say we have one right now, and with the second one actually going down there year-round in the fall of this year. And then we have looked at Miami to make our home with the East and with the West 7-night Caribbean cruises. The design of our vessels is truly innovative, and we believe that when MSC Seaside actually comes into what would be South Florida, when she comes into South Florida, you will see what this is all about. I could tell you that when I first saw this, the back of what would be the upper level, I had no idea what I was looking at, quite frankly. I thought it was a condominium complex in South Beach, because the design is truly phenomenal. This ship was actually designed for sunny destinations, and that is the ship that is actually coming into South Florida. We've also decided to also partner with world-class brands as far as Lego, Kiko, UNICEF, and on the Mirabilia, which we are soon to launch in June of this year, we actually have an agreement with Cirque du Soleil, where Cirque is actually coming on board the ship and helping with the design of one of the venues, specifically for Cirque shows that are designed for MSC, and where you will not see that on any shoreside hotel land accommodation, strictly on board MSC, Cirque, and with those production shows that they're actually producing for us. And you know what? We are truly family friendly. With a kids sail free program, you really have to be, and where we actually have the children actually broken up into 4 different age groups. So we keep the children occupied as much as they would like to be occupied, quite frankly. So who do we appeal to? I could tell you that based on our pricing right now, MSC is on sale. But it's only on sale for a certain period of time. The value is definitely there. We try not to sell on price point, but we are at a disadvantage because we're now coming into the North America market where all of the other players have been here before. And unfortunately, with the North America market, what actually grabs the attention is a price point. So our pricing tends to be traditionally lower than the other North American cruise lines, and that's by design, quite frankly, because we don't have the marketing clout yet, as the other cruise lines have and have had in North America. But that too will change. MSC Cruises, now is the best time to actually experience our product because the pricing is going to go north. We also appeal to passenger demographics of mid-40 and up, a lot of family and multi-generational travel. We also are looking to create new cruise passengers. We're tired about this recycling of cruise passengers. They travel on cruise line A, then they travel on cruise line B, and then we steal them to travel on our brand. That's recycling of cruise line passengers. And what we're trying to do is to build the base of cruise passengers here in North America, and we're specifically targeting, and we're being very bullish about it as well, all of those that may have some type of loyalty program. It may be with Hilton, it may be at Marriott, whatever it may be, any of those loyalty programs, or with loyalty to the other cruise lines as well. We know exactly how many points equate to whatever level is being given, and when you think about it, the loyalty programs that we all belong to really drives our behavior as far as the airline, the car rental company that we use, the hotel that we actually stay at, and the cruise line that we actually, that the customer may actually want to travel on. So we know loyalty is very keen in this particular market, but what we're saying here is, try us. You might like us, and you won't go back to what you have been accustomed to. Send us your highest loyalty level of any hotel or any cruise line, and we will match it to our comparable level on your very first cruise and give you all of the amenities actually associated with that. That is called status match, and there is some information on the flyers that we have actually distributed to you. And we do see a lot of multi-generational travel. And my goodness, on the MSC Divina, out of the 1,751 staterooms that we actually have, we have 69 accommodations on that vessel that actually has butler service, concierge service, the exclusivity of dine-in, pool area, jacuzzi area, sun-in area, etc. And that's for the passenger who is accustomed to a boutique cruise line, a niche product, that when traveling with the children and grandchildren, they want the same appointments that they're accustomed to, but they want the entertainment venues and activities that only a larger contemporary cruise line like MSC Cruises could possibly offer. So you know what? We're truly international. We're modern, we're stylish, we offer activities that are actually appealing to all. Take a look at us. I think you will be very pleased. As far as easy groups, and I've gotten my warning sign already, we have tried to simplify the program for you, and here's the key items. One call really does it all. Every voyage has amenity points that you can translate into customer-facing amenities, onboard credits, complimentary Wi-Fi, drink packages, etc. We have group rates available, starting at 8 staterooms, 16 guests, double occupancy. But you know what the good thing about it is with MSC Cruises? We actually guarantee the group rate and the customer-facing amenities down to the very first stateroom. So you may start off with 8 staterooms, you attrit down to 1. We will never go back to you and say, I'm so sorry, we have to take the price point up. Not with MSC Cruises. May not be the same for the other cruise lines, but not with MSC Cruises. We guarantee the group rate down to the very first stateroom, and there's always a competitive advantage when booking a group, where the group rate is priced approximately $50 per person lower than the FIT promotions. Easy to work with, one call does it all. We take care of everything for you. If you have a large group with programming needs, we actually have a group coordinator on board the ship who will meet you, the group leader, once you get on board the ship and go over all of the programming requirements and function space that you actually have. We have a group rate guarantee that if the group rate actually drops before voyage date, we will adjust the group rate downwards. We also have the customer-facing amenities, as I mentioned, that is actually guaranteed down to stateroom number 1. And one call really does it all. So you, our future, the time is now. Get on board with Discovery, get on board with MSC Cruises. We are actually here to work with you to get your business. Now, going back to what I said before, as far as those 3 numbers. Could someone please put their hand up and tell me what those numbers actually represent? This young lady in the white top. Anyone? I'm looking for a hand to give me an answer. Anyone? What does it represent? Come on, this is for a pre-inaugural on the MSC Seaside on December the 21st and 22nd, 2 nights before the ship's maiden voyage. Balcony stateroom for 2. Cruise only, adults only. Are you gonna tell them? Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if I'm gonna go with maybe it's onboard credit for different levels. I don't know.
No, not quite. I'm looking for a winner, second table. No, not that one. I'm trying to give it away so hard.
The average age of your clients?
No, not that one. Come on. Yes, ma'am. No. And my time is running out and I really want to give it away. Kathy. I'm sorry? Not yet. Come on, people.
Oh my God.
I really want to give it away. All right, my time is up. I'm so sorry. That actually represents the per person rates for what would be an inside accommodation for 7 nights, $50 per person per day. Where could you possibly go to have your room accommodations, or I will translate that, your hotel accommodations and your meals? $50 per person per day for an inside stateroom for what would be an Eastern Caribbean 7-night cruise. The next one up was Ocean View, and the third one up was Balcony. What an extraordinary rate. Go out and sell. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your business.
That wears me out. Wears me out. So full of information.